Ah, the humble FRC robot in its natural habitat. This one is part of the 6381 family and has been newly constructed into this world. Only 4 weeks into its lifespan, it has already developed crucial components which will help it flourish in its confusing ecosystem. With every creature being original from the last and constantly changing, it is imperative that we understand how this creature came to the condition that it's in and the motives behind it. The development of this robot would have been hindered without the help from the collaboration of numerous subgroups of teams, all of which have needed to work together over the past 4 weeks in advancing this astonishing beast. The first of our teams is the local neuroscientists, which are vital in correcting behavior.
So after the past few weeks of programming, we have been working on AlphaBot, which is the precursor robot to our main robot. So what we've been doing with this is we've been working with all the different subsystems and teaching our new students how to use PID. Along with that, we've also been running autos with that. So we use Pathplanner. We taught our students Pathplanner at the beginning of the season. And now what we've been working on is vision using photon vision. So we've been working on calibration, and eventually we'll work on to drive to yaw.
Programming the brain, however, would be useless if the creature did not have a body. This is where our team of engineers work out solutions for problems the bot may encounter upon its lifetime.
For the past 4 weeks, we've been designing, testing, and configuring the perfect specs for the robot. And then with that data, we were prototyping with it, and then we eventually started designing and then working on builds for the final project. And with those builds, we've been taking in data that what our game piece does, and using that data, we can then make more changes, kind of just going through the design process. As of right now, because we're kind of finished with that process, we're going to do sheet sets, and we're just going to make sure we've got every single down and detail written up, and all the dots and I's and T's and crossed.
Approved designs from our engineers would be mere ideas if stuck on the digital plane. These designs, when approved, move on to our fabrication process, where our hardworking manufacturing team turns our ideas into reality. Literally and figuratively supporting the backbone of this creature, these sophisticated engineers meticulously wire, assemble, and refine the chassis until raw material becomes something unmistakably alive.
Okay, so during this week, we have almost fully wired the chassis, and then we've also completed most of the indexer as of parts-wise. We have also started assembling the indexer. We are also working on assembling our intake, and we have finished just a lot of parts. We've been doing just parts, and a lot of sheet sets that we've been going through.
Besides the team dedicated to our bot specifically, the Impact team has been working hard on representing our team's goals and ideologies. This small but mighty team stands out from the rest in a way like no other.
So since kickoff, we've been doing a lot of work for Impact, which is one of FIRST's most prestigious awards that recognizes a team's outreach efforts. And so we have been finalizing our executive summary and our essay. We've done a lot of work on our video, all of which are supposed to showcase our efforts in our community to promote STEM and FIRST robotics. And so we've also done a lot of work with our outreach. We've reached out to 19 elementary schools in Sheboygan County about setting up times to present and work with students. We've also been working a lot with State Advocacy Day planning, which is when we go to the Capitol and advocate for increased funding for STEM and FIRST programs across the state, reaching out to legislators, setting up meeting times, and really the last thing is we've been working on our first LEGO League programs, setting those up at some of our middle and elementary schools across the Sheboygan Area School District.
All of these teams work tirelessly to upgrade the humble FRC robot in their own unique way. As you can tell, they still have much more ahead of them before this one is released out into the field. Thank you very much for tuning in for today's episode, and we hope to continue to give updates on this robot here.